Hello everyone, Dr. Klaus here, and today guys I'm gonna review yet another Aero Factory set, and of course it's a Aero set, so a little one, and this time it's a girl, it's the only girl of the Alpha team, so and it's called Natalie Breez. So here we go, it's a green one as you can clearly see. By of course the canisters, of course it's full of plastic like the stars, and of course here the lid you got some lime green because this is one of the colors of Breeze, but of course the color change with each heroes. So as you can see, you got the H, which is kind of, I don't know the name, but it's kind of carved into the plastic, and also this little aspect right here with the stripes on the sides, way looking good, simple, yet working, I have to say. So on the front, you got of course Natalie Breez, Lego Aero Factory plus the H with a little lime green colors inside. You can notice also, of course, a little signature, Natalie Breez, right in ears, of course, her shape, or a shade, I have to say, in a circle, and a green circle, of course. Breez, right in ears, and there, of course, with the same typo from the makers of Bionicle. And of course, on the background, you've got the weapon here, the aero core, of course, some close shot of this part, and the side of our mask, or helmet, excuse me, because we are not anymore in Bionicle. And of course, here, you got a full shot of her head and body armor. On the side, the color scheme, so here it's kind of dark green, but in fact it's black, not dark green, and of course lime green right here. The same goes here with the web address in the middle, or between the two stripes. And here, of course, we got a battle shot with Natalie Breez here, and fighting, I think it's called Thunder right there, with the little logo, which really looks nice, and the set number. And of course, here goes the signatures and the name, Breez, because of course we can just acknowledge the name, the Breez name, in fact, because you're not supposed to call her Natalie, or at least I think it's a code name, maybe. So here got the 1:1 scale of the mask, but we'll see that later, and of course the fact that you can put Natalie Breez in her canisters, and the Lego Aero Factory logo, which is in fact the same as the front you can see here. And that's all for the canister, guys, but of course you will see that in your toy store when they will be released near your area, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the canisters. The same goes, of course, for the instrument booklet, which will be really quick. So the group shot is the personal web address, because of course it was Natalie Breez at the end, and you can recognize the little shade, excuse me. Not maybe shade, but more shape, excuse me. 6 steps, parts list, fight scene with this time Preston Stormer fighting Von Nebula, which is one of the 2 titans with rotor, and of course some shot of the city with the map, and that's all, guys, for this little instruction booklet. And now for the set itself. So it's of course in his armorless version. So of course, because he's a rookie, he doesn't have a weapon arm, I have to say, so he's got 2 arms, and of course the parts which you will find in every hero set are of course the body frame, or this is the body torso with his 5 ball joints and these 3 pinhole and 3 axle hole. You can see right here. Of course it's got a banded shape, a curved shape, it's kind of like the Ben 10 one, but of course it's not the same torso as the Ben 10 guys, so mind that this is only for Aero Factory set. Then you got of course the arms and legs, which are the same mold, so with 4, well, it's quite like the Agori Character 1 arms and legs, so you got 2 axle hole right here, 1 axle hole and 1 pinhole on the sides. Slightly bended for more pose, I think, and that's quite all. The hands, which were already released in Chuma in Screll 2010 and also in Vastus, I think. And of course you got the feet, which were just released with the Aero Factory line, and this time they're of course in lime green with 2 pinholes, you can see, and of course they odd like that, so kind of like the Kalmar's feet. And they are of course pretty well designed like many of the Aero Factory's new parts. And now for some not really specific part, but we're gonna continue. So of course we got the leg armor with 1 axle right here. Look really classy, reminds you of the parts used on the Glateran Legends legs. So for example, you look for Matani or Aka, and even some Aero Factory villain which reuse this type of parts, but not the same leg armor part, by the way. and of course it's look better with the legs on it, or at least the legs behind it, like that, under it, excuse me. So of course, as I said earlier, the color scheme is black and lime green. Now for the body armor, which of course is the same for all the 3 rookies, so William Furno, Mark Surge, and her, so Natalie Breez, but this time of course it's in lime green, and of course we got the spines which goes on the back, really looking good, with all the little holes and hose pipe, as you can see, ears, and of course the place to put the hero core, and of course just 1 axle right there, and the little hole for the hero core, which we're gonna see just now. And which is a little problem because you can see it's transparent, which really look cool, but the fact that this Lego doesn't really decide to do an Glatorian transparent head, in fact. So this means that the 2 colors kind of doesn't really mix well together, and it's really a shame because I really think it would have been really look better with a transparent head, and I don't really think it costs that much. Price. So here for all the parts, but you can find this in all the rookies. In fact, all these parts can be found in every 3 rookies. So now for the specific parts, first of all, we got the weapons, which are kind of boomerang. I don't think it's called boomerang, but still. With, of course, 2 colors. This time it's silver and green. And all these parts is in flexible, soft plastics. And also you can notice 1 axle and 1 pin all right ears. And this part is all thanks to 3 plastic parts. Notice the little details and also the little harpoon on this side, which really look nice. And of course, because it's a rookie, you got 2 of them. And we're gonna see later that you can put some modification on this weapon. You can put this weapon on another part of the body. Excuse me. And now for the final part, which is one of the most interesting, of course, with Natalie Breez, is a helmet, which really look cool, all thin with all the little parts which goes on the back, where it's here, really an aerodynamic feeling. And of course, we got the little visor on this side and the little transmitter on this side right here. So of course, it's an asymmetrical helmet with just little 2 details, because most of the mask is the same, in fact, on the 2 sides, apart from just 2 details. Notice the little design section parts right here. Like that. So again, really a beautiful mask, and I think that's quite all for the building part. And now for the articulation part, I think. So first of all, I'm gonna do a turnaround of this set, really looking cool on this perspective view. Of course, on the back it's all black, but it doesn't really mind because there's 2 colors really mixed together, because you have one of course the darkest colors in existence, plus really bright full color, which is a lime green, and these 2 colors really contrast really well, really mix well, and so this means that the Natalie Breez color scheme is really one of the greatest from the Hero Factory line, I have to say. It's really look pretty good. And now for the articulation, so of course we got 1 ball joint on the head, so which can look on the side with no problem. Same goes for the arms with 2 ball joints, again no problem at all. And the same goes for the legs this time, which kind of little blocked by the leg armor, but nothing really serious right here, as I've said in my previous review. You can really do tons of, not really tons, but you can still do some pose, it won't really fall off. And now for some little modification with the weapon, because of course Lego suggests that you put this in this way, but you can also put them, so this is unofficial I think, in this way, which is kind of look like a bow this time, a big one. On the instruction booklet also, they put the weapon, I think, excuse me, yeah, they put the weapon on this side, which kind of look weird, but well, maybe it's a mistake from the instruction booklet, but still you can put this into this way, kind of like that, kind of like the mod from Furno I've showed you in my William Furno review. And then you can also put this in the back, which is this time unofficial. It's something we have found with one of my friends. You can put this in this axle on the back. So of course it won't go all the way in the axle hole, but it's still really holds pretty well. And in this way, it's kind of look like a backpack, and also well, when she's not fighting, I think she can put this in this back, and it's look pretty good in my opinion, I have to say. Like that, and finally, we can also put this on the arms, and you will see that I think if you look closely, so we're gonna put this in this axle hole. If you look closely, we can see that the two parts are made, in fact, were made not really together, but as you can see, the shape clearly follows the shape of the arm. As you can seriously see, there is a little place right here, and it's fit perfectly well. So I think really they thought of this modification when they designed the part, because it just fit perfectly, and I think it's not a coincidence if that's the case. So you can put this in kind of a wing form. Again, like that. And that's all for the modification with the weapon, but it's still, you've got like 4 or 5 modifications, so it's kind of cool for the playability. And that's all. So that's all for Natalie Breez, guys. So what's to know about this set? So see, it's the same for all the Hero Factory. Again, this time it's reused some of the parts, so that's kind of let down. But the 2 unique parts which you will find in this set are the helmet and the weapon, and they are really, again, well designed, because the helmet really give a girl feeling, maybe I have to say, because it's really thin, in fact, in comparison to some other masks. For example, if I look at the Jenny Stringer helmet, you can see it's really more serious with all a rounded shape. And this one, unlike this one, which is really more thin with all these little parts which goes in this way, and it's really look aerodynamic, I have to say. Plus the color scheme, which is really great, one of my favorite, I have to say. So seriously, Natalie Breez is really one good set, and maybe a few have been complaining from the other girl set, I have to say. For example, Ali Inika or Gani Mystica, which wasn't really looking girly, I have to say. And this one, seriously, is really looking girly, I have to say. It's really cool, and it's a really an interesting set. The only problem I have with this one, in fact, is, as I said earlier, is the fact that the head is not in trans red, which is really a shame, because the 2 colors, trans orange and trans red, really doesn't mix well together. So a little problem, but apart from that, you got again the Hero Factory parts plus some specific parts which are really looking good, and really beautiful color scheme. And that's all, guys, for Natalie Breez, which is only girl in the Alpha team. So hope you enjoyed this review, and of course, if you have any comments or question about this set or Hero Factory line, feel free to ask them, and I will try, of course, to answer them as quick as I can. And so that's all. See you later, guys. Bye bye.